So the last few times I've done this, it came out okay. So it takes about a half hour to make butter. So I just have heavy whipping cream. This is 16 fluid ounces, 1 pint. So I dump the whole thing in, raise it up. I like to start at 4, and then I'm gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then 5 minutes at the higher when it starts getting thicker. And I'll just stop it to scrape down the sides. So it's really easy. It's just like about a half hour at a time. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes. It's really starting to thicken up. There we go. It's starting to thicken up really well. I've had it on 6 for about. My timer's about to go off. There we go. I'm just stopping it to scrape it to make a big mess on something that's gonna be harder to clean because I can't just rinse it. Oops. Watch your fingers. Okay. So I scraped it down a little bit. I'm gonna put it back on at 6 again for probably another 5 minutes. It's close to getting the buttermilk out, so just gotta keep moving. There we go. For this mixer, I have this, and then it oxidizes really bad. I don't know how well you can see it. Look, of course, when I want it to happen, it leaves that carbon all over everything, and then you wash it off, and then just more of that builds up. If anybody knows how to fix that so it doesn't ever happen again, it'd be much appreciated. But anyway, I don't know how well I'll be able to flip it. See how it's just all fluid now? How am I gonna do this? Remember, I gotta do this on camera. So that way, people will see. Because that's the whole point. All right. Ooh, it's already. So, I literally just take my hand and separate as much as I can. So, continuity, I'm going to be doing. I'm going to take almost all of this and use it in my French onion soup, because to start out with, I need a big thing of butter. So I'm going to use all of this in my French onion soup, so that way I have freshly made butter. I think it might help with the overall flavor. Or not, I don't know. I tried to do it last time, but I think I just got the pan too hot, and then I just put the butter in, and I just burned it almost within not even a couple of minutes, like a minute, it was already starting to brown. By the time I was going to stop it, it was already trash. So you put this down here. Get it in this cold water. It solidifies. And there we go. It looks crude. Get my ugly mug out of the way. There we go. Looks crude, but I think it's pretty on point again. It's kind of hard to mess it up. You can, I guess. I haven't done it yet, thankfully. It's not too terribly expensive. Like I said at the top, it's time consuming. I think that's it. There's some smaller pieces here and there, but there we go. I'm just gonna first rinse my hands. It's butter, so it's gonna be greasy. It's gonna be slippery. as I'm editing, I'm going to put a cut here because I have to wash my hands first. Okay, nothing's clean, but everything's rinsed and my hands aren't greasy anymore with butter. There we go. I'm gonna use at least half of that in my French onion soup, which in continuity is probably a couple hours away. So I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of salt for all of this. And I literally just mash it in because it's kind of hard. You want it to solidify on one hand, but then on the other hand, you need it to be a little bit squishy so I can basically integrate the salt, try to melt the salt, or dissolve is the word I'm looking for. Dissolve the salt. There's still a decent amount of moisture. I'm not sure if that's the buttermilk or if that's the water from the ice bath. I'm seeing a handful of grains of salt, so all I have to do here is just mix it in. Take that little bit of extra moisture, dump it out. Okay, so there we go. About 35 minutes from when I dumped in the whipped cream to standing here with butter ready to go, about 35 minutes or so. So it's pretty straightforward. So this is butter that's going to be used for cooking in a couple hours, so should be good.